All right, welcome back to Mike Schultz Survival in the Woods once again. Today we're going to do a discussion on a shelter. I had one of my subscribers ask about doing a video on a shelter, and I want to get into that little question. First, I must say that a shelter is going to depend upon many different situations. Where are you at? What do you have as elements to build with? Did you have anything with you prior? Any say you're out and you're broke down in a vehicle somewhere on a 6-mile walk off of a dead-end dirt road somewhere. Of course, you have your car. Or if you're out hiking and something major happened, you get lost and you can't get out, you're going to have to use whatever's around. In this situation, what I've done, just to show a little quick, is I took and I built me a rake. And the rake is just simply a couple of forked sticks. And you get them lashed in, woven in, real nice and tight so nothing's loose. And right up toward the end, I put me one straight stick across, and I found me a old piece of trot line fishing cord, and I just sort of lashed them in on each one across and just made nothing more than a 4-prong rake. And all it's going to do is allow me to get down on the ground and gather up a lot of leaves, which I'll be back to doing in just a moment. First, I'm going to show this real quick makeshift, just an emergency situation. I try to find me a good forked stick where I have me 2 trees kind of growing, and you can lay a fat log in the middle. And this is considered the lean-to, but mine, for some reason, I like them to be a little more wider than just a one, and I like a little more space. So what I've done here is I've took 2 logs. So there's 2 of the rotten log. They're still pretty stout, believe it or not. They're strong enough to hold this by a good bit, but there's 2 logs. And from looking at the tree, one's going to come at an angle back down this direction. And the other is going to come out at a direction such as. And then, where I have my A setting on top, I lay short sticks and they get a little longer, get them bigger, and all the way down. And you can leave a little gap in between some places here and there. And then on the sides, I just stack them up. And this is just elements that I've picked up here in the area of where I'm at the moment, which is kind of very green, very bushy, kind of thick, a little open in places. But once I actually get all of my sticks sticking up and down and it's all covered, I'm leaving just a very small opening for myself to come inside. And once inside, I'm leaving a little light to seep in so we can see just what we have here to work with. We have a little bit more cleanup on the bushes left, but we were in a pretty good hurry to get it built. Now back to the old drawing board, as all of this is just laying around here on the ground. There's a lot of leaves, there's a lot of sticks, there's a lot of things that, just having a simple little rake would allow you to actually pick up big old handfuls. And what I'm going to show you is I take and flip around, and I even take a lot of the dirt from the ground and put in with it. That way it squeezes in good and snug and tight. You want it squeezed up good and tight. You find you a hole there, and you stick that in that hole and let it expand itself. You find these holes and you take fistfuls of leaves and dirt and stick in and let them go. They will swell up. Keep putting all your holes in. Once you have all those holes full, simply just continue to cover it with leaves, throw even more leaves. Put as many as you can. You can stack them a foot high. It depends on your resources in the area. Once you get all of those leaves on again, I come back once again and I lay more sticks down across to hold these leaves in place. And I may even throw more leaves on top, more sticks, more leaves, and continue doing that until I know it is insulated enough to keep me dry and warm. This is built because my daughter and I, we're going to come here and stay a night in it. we'll make us a little all-night video of it. But just to look at her in the woods, you wouldn't even know what she was more than a mound of bushes. The reason I picked this spot here is because there in the future, there's a good chance that this hole in this tree, I may end up cutting this on out more, lining it with mud and clay on the inside, and building me a chimney pipe and an opening on the inside to feed wood in, so I would be able to have heat inside. Of course, I would have to, this would end up being my chimney. My smoke would be coming out, but my door would be here. But I can have a fire inside once I carve all that out enough and get it lined in with good mud and build me a fire. Of course, the tree would have to get cut off a little bit up above, and then that would be firewood for a long time. But that was just a quick fix deal that in case I got stuck here for a long period of time, I'm going to always try to look at an option to have a fire inside my hut in case wintertime does draw near. I hope this has been helpful. Thanks for watching.